What if the final moment between two close friends had to end in tears, silence, and a hug that couldn't be let go? What is the real meaning behind Jungkook's final embrace of Jimin at the military base gate, which has now become the center of global media and public attention? Is this just a regular farewell during military service? Or is there a deeper and more painful narrative beneath the surface? That day, at a military base usually filled with discipline and silence, an unusual scene unfolded. Jungkook stood still with his head bowed, while Jimin, visibly exhausted with reddened eyes, held his friend tightly in a long, emotional hug witnessed by many. In a highly formal and rigid military environment, moments like this rarely happen in public. But that day, no protocol was strong enough to stop the falling tears, and an embrace that neither seemed willing to break. This was the final hug before Jungkook returned to his duty post, leaving Jimin inside the military grounds with a facial expression that spoke volumes of unspoken pain. The question is, why is this hug considered the last? Did something happen between them? Or is this an emotional farewell that carries more pressure than the public realizes? Within hours of the moment, social media exploded with speculation, theories, and concern. Fans and observers alike tried to interpret the meaning behind the tearful embrace. Some called it a symbol of emotional pain from military pressure that has robbed them of their daily lives. Others even suspected health issues or internal conflicts unknown to the public. Jungkook, known as a calm figure, usually doesn't show his emotions publicly. But this time, he seemed to hold something far heavier than a routine goodbye. Internal sources stated that the visit was not formally scheduled. Jungkook had come personally to visit Jimin, who had recently been reported to be in severely declining physical and mental condition. No official explanation was given, but some observers called this a deep act of concern that prompted Jungkook to travel to Jimin's military unit just to ensure his friend was okay. Some psychological analysts even linked the moment to the immense mental strain often experienced by public figures during military service. In a system that is highly structured with minimal privacy, pressure can build into emotional crises, especially for someone like Jimin, who for years has been at the center of public attention, now forced to live within a completely different system. Jungkook's prolonged hug wasn't just a display of normal empathy, but a silent language of helplessness and a strong desire to be present during the most fragile moment. The hug, witnessed by several soldiers and military staff, has now become a symbol greater than just affection between BTS members. This was a moment that showed the harsh reality behind the military world that often appears calm and controlled. No dazzling stage, no cheers from army, only a silent space filled with emotions too deep for words. What shocked the public even more was unofficial information indicating that this could be their final meeting for a long time. Jungkook was about to enter an advanced training phase at a completely restricted location, while Jimin would remain at his current unit until the end of his duty. The two would not have the chance for direct communication for many months ahead. This fact deepened the meaning of their farewell. It wasn't just confirmation of their bond, but possibly the only comfort in an uncertain time that Jungkook's departure left a deep void, not only for Jimin but also for the millions of fans who witnessed the heavy emotional dynamics they had to endure behind military service. A short video capturing those emotional seconds has been watched millions of times in just a few hours, sparking responses from various circles, including South Korean pop culture analysts. They considered what happened as a true reflection of the human side rarely seen in idols. This is not just about two big names in the entertainment industry, but about two people fighting against circumstances they cannot fully control. Within that seemingly simple final hug were layers of deep feelings: loss, uncertainty, fear, and unspoken longing. Many fans expressed that they felt a loss simply by witnessing the moment. This moment, Big Hit Music has not issued any official statement regarding Jimin's condition or the specific reason behind Jungkook's visit. This silence has triggered even more public questions. Are they trying to protect the artist's privacy, or is there something not yet ready to be shared with the world? One thing is clear: the agency's silence hasn't stopped the rising wave of concern. Petitions calling for more attention to the mental health of military personnel, especially celebrities, have begun circulating online, and the absence of clear answers. The final hug remains a deeply moving symbol. No one truly knows what was said between Jimin and Jungkook during that moment, but their expressions spoke louder than any words. This was one of the rare times the public could see the most human side of two seemingly unshakable figures. If that moment truly was a goodbye for a very long time, then this is not just about Jungkook leaving Jimin. This is about two brothers having to release each other's hands, even though neither is truly ready. And for the fans, this is a harsh reminder that even idols can hurt, cry, and feel lost, just like any of us. However, amid the emotional public spotlight and the media's dramatic narrative, a fundamental question arises that cannot be ignored. Are we truly witnessing a real event? Or is this a scenario designed to stir emotions and attract mass attention? In today's digital era, where the spread of information moves rapidly and often without verification, can the public still distinguish between reality and sensationalism? We invite readers not to merely be passive consumers of this overwhelming information flow. Are you certain that the media and social platforms have no interest in framing events in a particular way to boost interaction and user engagement? If so, who actually benefits from the circulation of stories like this? Furthermore, let us reflect together. Is it possible that the narrative of this final hug was deliberately exaggerated to influence public opinion, or even to divert attention from other, more critical issues behind the scenes of the South Korean entertainment industry? Could this moment be part of a communication strategy designed to craft an emotional image of the two artists amid their military service? In facing waves of information like this, it is crucial that we develop a healthy skepticism and not easily get swept away by emotions shaped by the media. A photo, a video clip, or a brief statement can be manipulated or placed in misleading contexts. Therefore, have we as an audience been critical enough in examining the truth behind such news? We do not claim that the information we present is entirely true or false, as much of it is based on social media observations and user uploads that cannot be directly verified. However, we believe that as part of an information-literate society, you have the right and responsibility to question, examine, and reassess every circulating piece of information. Is this story an honest reflection of the emotional relationship between the two BTS members, or merely a narrative fragment shaped by algorithms and public perception? Do Jimin's tears and Jungkook's hug truly reflect a deep wound, or are they just part of the public figure dynamics constantly under the spotlight? Let us use this as an opportunity to discuss wisely, open space for reflection, and invite fellow fans to respond not only with emotion, but also with logic and caution. Because amid the flood of information and the dominance of opinions, the real truth does not always lie in what is most touching, but in what can be tested, traced, and held accountable. Thank you for reading, and we invite you all to reconsider before believing, spreading, or amplifying any narrative without adequate verification.